Only employees of the executive branch or government contractors who are required by their work to restate classified source information may classify derivatively. A derivative classifier does not need to possess original classification authority. Derivative classification is the act of incorporating, paraphrasing, restating, or generating in new form classified source information. Information may be classified in two ways. 1. Through the use of a source document, usually correspondence or publications generated by an original classification authority or OCA. Or 2. Through the use of a classification guide. A classification guide is a set of instructions issued by an OCA. It pertains to a particular subject and identifies the elements of information about that subject that must be classified, as well as the level and duration of classification for each such element.
We need to make it clear that the American people can be hurt by the disclosure of certain information, no doubt about that. But we also need to be clear that the American people can be hurt by the overclassification of information.
Was the guide personally approved in writing by an official with program or supervisory responsibility over the information or by the senior agency official and who had authority to classify information originally at the highest level of classification prescribed in the guide? Does the guide contain the minimum prescribed information? Identification of the subject matter of the classification guide. Identification of the original classification authority by name or personal identifier and position. Identification of an agency point of contact or points of contact for questions regarding the classification guide. The date of issuance or last review. Precise statement of the elements of information to be protected. Statement as to which classification level applies to each element of information, and when useful, specific identification of the elements of information that are unclassified. Statement, when applicable, as to special handling caveats. Declassification instructions or the exemption category from automatic declassification at 25 years, as approved by the Interagency Security Classification Appeals Panel, ICAP. Statement of a concise reason for classification which, at a minimum, cites the applicable classification category or categories in Section 1.4 of the Order. Has the guide been reviewed and updated as appropriate at least once in the last 5 years?